So there comes a time for a lot of entrepreneurs, most entrepreneurs on most projects, when you need to make a decision whether to stay in or get out. And this was pretty much my and our obsession, from January to September of this year. This is pretty much all I thought about. I skipped a lot of classes, to be honest, worked on this pretty much all the time. My friends knew I was doing this, my family knew I was doing this, and that made it even harder to decide to get out. We had some initial success. We had a beta, we'd iterated, we were getting closer to what could be a successful revenue model, but for a couple reasons, for me personally, I decided to shut it down. One, I'd failed to find a co-founder that was one, a good match, and two, who was willing to really stick with this, on this with me for a period of years, because most startups, as you guys know, take years to actually see success, when and if they do. So not having someone in the trenches with me with sort of a long committed view kind of took a lot of the enjoyment out of it for me personally. I really enjoy working with other people. I'm a real team person. Secondly, you guys all face trade-offs. You're here, you're not doing something else. If you're working on an entrepreneurship project, you could be, working on something else. And for me personally, I wanted to move on and move on. I've been moving every 2 to 3 years pretty much my entire life. And I really was ready to settle down, start a family, and get some stability. And there was none of that in my future with Fanstomp. So it was a combination of sort of co-founder dynamics, or not having a co-founder, and personal trade-offs. So that's why I decided to shut it down in September.